hell and love. Get up and party.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Opinion, Stats, and Facts. I'm your host, Eddie Johnson. Here with me, I got to my left over here, Devin Montgomery. You know, you guys saw him featured on my last show. And I also got my good friend here, Chad Weekly here.
How you doing?
So, of course, we're going to dig into these stats. We're going to dig into these facts. And, of course, we always got to bring our opinions with it. So this show is going to be dedicated to the NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs have just started. A lot of teams, starting their first round of series. We're going to discuss some of the key figures, some of the key series. We're going to discuss our predictions on the rest of them for both the East and the Western Conference. And, we're going to give you guys some stats with it and opinions. First off, we're going to talk about is my beloved Celtics going against the Milwaukee Bucks. I want to say we are 2-0 in that series right now. They actually have a game coming up soon. What are your thoughts on it so far with the?
Well, as you can tell by my jersey, I'm not too big of a Celtics fan, but I am a big Bucks fan. Right now, I've been watching them for about the past 2 years, watching them on the rise. And I will say, even though it's a 2-0 lead, it's really been closer than the stand. It's been pretty much throughout the East. It's been really close, and it's been more entertaining than the West.
I can agree. What's your thoughts on that series too, man?
Well, I predicted that the Celtics were going to end up beating the Bucks, but I said in 6 games. And right now, it's looking to be earlier than that.
One more thing, I'm not even surprised they get swept because next year it's not going to happen. They just need. I think Eric Bledsoe needs to go. And Malcolm Brogdon needs to be worked into as a starting point guard because
that's an interesting statement you said, because a lot of people actually like that Eric Bledsoe was there. Me personally, I think Eric Bledsoe should have went to a team that had some of his former Kentucky teammates.
Exactly.
John Wall, either going to Washington or find his way down to New Orleans where DeMarcus Cousins was. But seeing that, when we get into it later, talking about New Orleans Pelicans and how they've been going. Adding a guy like Eric Bledsoe and make you feel like they probably wouldn't need him now, especially with Rondo and them being there.
Especially with the Wizards, because that would just put him back in the situation with Phoenix, another 3-guard rotation, which is exactly what he
trying to Wall and Bill,
which is exactly why he wanted to leave Phoenix in the first place.
Right.
It's been like that his whole career.
Who could?
The Clippers.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm sitting between a Lakers fan to my left and a Clippers fan on my right.
I don't know how he's a Clippers fan.
And I'm the fan of the greatest team of them all, the Celtics. No, the Celtics don't do that. But either way, we're gonna get into the Western Conference later. But as y'all guys did, I actually did have the Celtics winning the series, of course. I actually had them winning in 6. I also could see them going 7 games because I'm not gonna discredit Milwaukee being the 7th seed the way that they are, because there was a seed that could have been higher in the rankings throughout the season, but they had some bumps and bruises. They had a lot of injuries, and of course injuries started to settle in on the Celtics later on during the season, which everyone know Kyrie is out, Gordon Hayward been out the whole year. So injuries played a big part in both teams, declined from wherever their standards was going to be. I actually have the Bucks winning the first home game when they go to Milwaukee.
I will say this.
So I actually got that going to them.
If they do get swept, it's not the end of the world, because on paper, like I said in the last podcast, that's the most talented team in the NBA from top to bottom, bar none. The most talented team, you got Jabari Parker, a lot of young pieces, Middleton, Parker, Antetokounmpo, Eric Bledsoe, they keep him, but a budding point guard, the former Rookie of the Year, Malcolm Brogdon, Don Maker is just. I think they'll end up being a powerhouse in the East, but I do see the Celtics winning, especially with Jaylen Brown. He's
Jason Tatum
growing,
and the dark horse for him, Rozier.
And I hate to say it as a Lakers fan, but I really enjoy watching the Celtics.
See, I know it got a lot off your chest with that, didn't it?
I'm proud of you, man.
I'm so proud of you saying that. Okay, we're gonna leave that series and we're gonna go into another series that's been kind of interesting. No, I'm saving the Cleveland Pacers series for the last topic on the East. but we're gonna go into this Heat and Philadelphia 76ers.
I've enjoyed
the
this.
Sixers. I got the Sixers.
I got the
Sadly,
Sixers.
I got the Sixers. Did the Heat even win a game?
Yes.
That's
They
2-1.
It's 2-1 in their series.
Ben Simmons
Ben Simmons actually.
and Markel's coming up.
Yeah,
Embiid,
they actually been doing pretty good. And Ben Simmons been showing, especially with Embiid. I think Embiid played last night.
Yeah, he did. He went off.
And he went off.
He the reason why they
It
won.
took him a minute to get
It took him
back
a minute, yeah, but it's like, he haven't played in a
It's
little
the
bit. He
mask.
had his face
It's
mask
the mask.
along with the goggles. He had the goggles on
I'm
too.
telling you, that mask gives
Because
you
Winslow
superpowers.
stepped on his mask, actually.
Yes.
And they had to give him
It was a play during that game where it was just funny to me, where it was like, he got blocked, and B got blocked by Justice Winslow, and then the ensuing possession later, it's like B blocked him, and they had some chit chatting going on between each other. I think that's a good series. Like, who you guys got going to finish out that series?
You trust the process. You go with the Sixers.
You gotta trust the process.
Trust the process.
Well, being that said, so since y'all trust the process, do y'all think they get rid of him in 5, 6, 7?
I got him at 5. Honestly.
I'm not even gonna lie with the way Wade playing. Wade always pulls something out his bag. I got him at 6, maybe
The Heat,
7.
the Heat is an older team. Well, they got a lot of shooters, but talent-wise, honestly, I feel like the Sixers are playing down to the Heat instead of
The Heat.
they're playing down to the Heat, honestly,
Okay.
because they really, honestly, I saw them sweeping the Heat, honestly.
Okay, I actually got the Sixers winning too. I actually got the Sixers winning in 6. I think a lot of the Eastern Conference games, in my opinion, is gonna go 6 games. Rarely if I'm gonna see any go 7. But the Sixers, like you said, I feel like they are playing a little bit down to their competition. And like how you said earlier, Chad, with Wade going the way he's going, I feel like Wade is good for you every other game in the series. Because of course he's older now. In the knees, and I think he's even coming off the bench playing now. So it's like, that's why I say he's good for every other game. So if he didn't go off in game 1, he goes off in game 3. Goes off in game 5, and if it goes to game 7, then he'll show up for that.
There's only so much Dwayne.
Yeah, there's only so much he can do. But my big matchup on that is Whiteside and Embiid. Now that Embiid is back.
See, I see Embiid getting bullied because for all that frame, Embiid gets bullied on the block.
Wait.
Now he's really talented, but he gets bullied.
Did you watch the game last night?
Yes, I watched the
Embiid
game,
was
but I'm
awesome.
saying he's known for getting.
Oh yeah,
bullied. Like,
I mean, once he get that core strength down, now that he's gonna be solid, right?
Yeah, because he's still a raw product.
He is.
He's still a raw product.
hopefully he can just
And,
stay healthy.
and for him to dominate the way that he do dominate, being still a raw product, that says a lot about where his game can go.
Honestly, the X factor is Markel Fultz. I'm not sold on him like most other people. I'm not sold on Markel Fultz.
I'm not
just
either.
being honest.
I think he's going to shape up to be a good, decent player.
I don't think
At
he was
best.
worthy of his pick.
I mean, granted, the Celtics did give away their pick to the Sixers that year. And even then, the Celtics said that they was going to draft the guy who they end up eventually drafting, Jason Tatum. They was going to take him with
I think the Sixers would have been better off. Honestly, I think they would have been better off with Jason Tatum, especially they're known for being a bigger team. Yes, Dario Saric, Ben Simmons, and Embiid.
But with the Celtics saying they was going to take Tatum either way, even with the first or the third pick, Tatum was off the board pretty much.
Yeah.
So, and everyone knew that Lonzo was going to go to your team.
And I'm really liking where,
So,
and contrary to belief, I feel like we would have made the playoffs still. A lot of our key pieces didn't get injured towards the stretch.
so since we're talking about playoffs and they're not there right now,
Hey, I'm not, we didn't make any video.
so since we're talking about playoffs and they're not there right now,
We made the playoffs, really.
by not being there, I see.
By not-
But we're gonna get into it. My big thing with Hassan Whiteside and Embiid, I think that's gonna be a great battle. It's gonna be real interesting after that series is over because I want to see how Whiteside is gonna be going further with either the Heat or if he does leave because he's having issues with that team as far as playing time, playing in the crunch time. He wants to be out there and not be benched. So I think that's gonna start, showing on his.
I see him going to the Clippers, especially with DeAndre Jordan possibly leaving. And in my opinion, he's just a better prospect than Jordan. He does what Jordan doesn't. He has the free throws. He has a decent mid-range. And he can run the floor better.
I can agree with
I could agree with that. But Jordan's also working on his free throw. I mean, he hasn't left yet, so I still got to back up.
He's been working on it
but
this
somebody
season.
has it.
This past season, he has.
And I feel like Whiteside is really going to just work on his game overall.
And he's
he
also
might
older,
develop an
so-
outside jump shot.
Yeah.
Man, you know?
Well, Whiteside is approaching 32, so you got to realize that he's not as young as people. Yeah,
Right.
he's been.
I
We
forgot
had.
he been in the league for a good minute.
We had him. The Kings had him. He's been. All
been
throughout
around.
Yeah, he's been around.
It was until Miami really gave him that shot. Next series we're going to talk about is in my opinion one of the greatest series that's going to go either way. In the East is Toronto and the Wizards.
See,
I don't agree.
I
Now don't
agree.
What is their record on it right about now?
Well,
is
2-0.
It's
It's 2-0 with the Raptors, right?
and I see them losing.
You see the Raptors?
Do you see
Because the
see
Raptors-
Washington?
I did. I see the Raptors losing because the Raptors are the Raptors, and the Raptors are the Raptors. They're just, in my opinion, a regular season team. I don't believe they have the heart to win.
Granted, I agree with you.
It did not happen last year and the year
True.
before that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because it's like the Raptors, they'll sell you a dream and get to a point where you know they have them in their clutch, and then it's like
They always just fold
They
against
fold.
LeBron.
The Rose, you better leave before it's too late.
as far as just folding in general, it's really on Kyle Lowry. It always has been and always will be. DeMar has been showing up. He's consistently showed up anytime they made the playoffs. It is Cal, and if they're gonna advance, which I mean I'm sure all the top seeds is gonna advance through the first round, it's really gonna be a test for Cal to do it this next
Kyle
round.
Lowry is
Like
one.
Cal gonna have to, in my opinion, carry
Go off.
that team.
And the thing about Kyle Lowry, he's one of the biggest players, as I said earlier, that plays down the competition.
Right.
He gets his biggest gains against the lower tier teams, and every time he comes to the playoffs, he lays an egg. Honestly, he does.
Right.
Just this time, they just don't happen to be playing LeBron James.
What you guys think about the Washington Wizards?
I feel
that
like
with the card that they drew, having to get Toronto versus, I'm sure every one of us, all three of us, and a lot of people out there at home, they wanted to see the Washington Wizards and Cleveland
I
match
did
up.
too.
I did too. No,
So how you feel with them possibly?
I feel like the
I mean, you got the Wizards winning, but
I feel like the Wizards are the better team, but both of them are evenly matched. And it's gonna take the Wizards to win. It's gonna have to be Bradley Beal's gonna have to step up because John Wall can't do it in the second round by
That
himself.
would be a great.
here's my thing on that, because I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like I meant my thing on that is I feel like they're a good team. Well, they're a good duo that don't get along.
Right.
But they make it work.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they're a great duo that don't get
before.
along. They're a great duo that don't get along. Because I mean, Shaq and Kobe didn't get
Ray
along
Allen
towards the
and
end,
Rondo. It's happened.
and
You can
Ray
win
and Rondo
like that.
didn't get along towards the end of their
But their
tail
relationships
end.
got better. But
Yeah.
as you said, I see the Wizards win. I don't see the Cavaliers.
So you got the Wizards winning, and
And I have the Cavaliers losing because of that trade. No, because of the trade, they sold the dream for these younger pieces, and I don't see the Cavaliers beating the Pacers.
So
I just don't.
well, since you just dived into the Pacers, we're gonna get into that. And
I got
I
the
actually.
Wizards winning in 7.
You got the Wizards winning. So I actually got Toronto winning in 6. But we're gonna jump.
That'll be a good series.
But I'm gonna jump into this Cleveland series now with the Pacers, and I'm actually liking that series. And no, I'm not saying that because Celtics fan, and I despise Cleveland and LeBron or whatever the case may be. That's actually a good series because a lot of people have already written off the Pacers pretty much from jump the whole year. I think they only had one televised game, national televised game. So it's like now that they're here, of course, Lance is back with his antics. He's back home.
I love
back
him,
home in
LeBron
Indiana. Victor Oladipo is the most improved player of the year.
And that's why they'll win.
Deserves to be in the MVP.
I don't think he deserves that.
I'd say he's maybe a couple years off.
I think he's a year or two off like that, but he does deserve the MIP award. He does.
And like you said, Lance Stevenson, for some reason, he's one of the few players in the league that consistently gets under LeBron James' skin. Whether it be blowing in
He's
his
so
ear,
confident. He's so confident that
But
7 points.
it's like I'm gonna reference the earlier podcast where I said LeBron is a great player, but this is where I go back to saying LeBron makeup as a player is showing now. He doesn't have the teammates that he had at first, and you see the young bucks are getting at him, and yeah, he's putting up great stats, but they're only up what is it tied or is it 2-1? I believe it's 2-1.
It's 2-1.
It's 2-1. And that's why I said it's 2-1. And he put up what, a triple double. LeBron's stats are amazing, but his team isn't. His team, LeBron's gonna have to.
It's
tied 1-1. He's gonna have to. No, they're
1-1.
playing today, I believe.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, the Pacers are gonna win. Victor Oladipo has been playing great. Sabonis, everybody's been playing great. Everybody from top to bottom, and that's what you don't get with Cleveland. If you don't get, you're gonna get one person.
Now
You're gonna get one person
Kevin
playing
Love stays consistent.
and I'm about to say now, I just found out that he did have like a torn ligament or partially torn ligament in his thumb, so that's gonna be skeptical to watch for him. But I think they say he still is gonna play this next game that they will be playing, so that's yet to be determined. But as far as the young bucks going with Hood and Lance Jr. and stuff, Larry Nance Jr. and Clarkson, they haven't made the playoffs, so I think this is their first splash at the playoffs. And I don't know, they're not. I'm not looking for them to produce like stars, but I need them.
You
to
want them to produce that? I get you.
And everybody knows LeBron is gonna do LeBron. Kevin Love, like I said, is yet to be determined with his recent injury. It's Tristan Thompson. It's legit Tristan Thompson.
That was the guy LeBron James wanted to keep. That was the man he wanted.
And now he's regretting it.
Well,
I don't think he's regretting it because I think he's. Know what I'm saying? I don't think he's regretting it. I just think he's like he said, he's gonna leave him high and dry. But it's like at least he got dude paid, and of course, I mean him and Tristan do have the same agent, LeBron's fellow friend and owner of the sports agency, that group that LeBron has.
So quick question: y'all think the Cavs gonna make it to the finals?
No,
No,
of course
I actually personally don't.
Out this round.
I don't think they will, and if they do, by any chance, it is because they will face teams that's inexperienced. Because let's say if the Sixers do make it out to face them to the Eastern Conference Finals, of course the Sixers are not experienced, so that way LeBron can pretty much annihilate them, kind of he can kind of annihilate them and just use the whole inexperience against them, but it would be just the raw talent of the Sixers that
I want you
be
to think about something. You saying that, but look at the hard time that Cleveland is having. You just referenced Nance Jr. and Jordan Clarkson.
Right.
Coming from watching them, Jordan Clarkson can be a starting quality point guard, but he needs pieces around him. And Larry Nance Jr. is a great player.
Right.
A great player. I won't take into. He does everything you ask for. But if you want him to start, he's not going to give you what you need. Now, if you want him out the bench, he'll do anything. He has some grab rebounds. He won't score, but he does everything.
I say he does everything.
But
that
he's
Tristan
not.
Thompson should be doing.
But he's not. He's not a
everything
key
Tristan
piece.
should be doing.
Now,
Tristan, where you at in this series?
counting his money.
Not counting his money. I mean, he just had a baby and everything. That's great.
And he got that scandal with him cheating.
I'm not even gonna get into the scandal on this podcast because we're all about opinions. That's a fact. But he just had a baby, and eventually when you come back to this finals, I mean, your team needs you.
Well, he's about as non-existent as Damian Lillard's, man.
Speaking of which, man, we're gonna leave.
Man.
Speaking of that, now that you brought that, we're about to shift into the Western Conference first round matchup. So we're gonna start off with the Pelicans and the Portland Trailblazers. They are down 3-0.
That's a shocker. That blew me.
And the Pelicans are depleted, especially on the front court. Well, they have Mirotic.
They have Mirotic now.
Holiday's been playing
and Holiday.
exceptional.
Here's what really got me with this Pelicans team to where they on the brink of that sweep. It's the fact that, of course, Holiday showed up and he showed up well. And you got to always recognize the emergence of
Rondo.
Playoff Rondo. Not just Rondo, playoff Rondo.
We know.
Playoff Rondo was playoff Rondo.
For some reason, he gets a jump shot in the playoffs. I don't.
Not even a jump shot. It's just his mind is something else in the playoffs. Even last year, he was the brink that pretty much saved us going down, saving the Celtics from continuing on.
Well, that's his intellect. Like, as
know
a
what I'm saying?
player,
As a
same
player.
thing that ruins him pertains to the same thing that
Right.
makes him a player you
So,
want in the playoffs.
and I think that's the reason why, personally, besides the fact that, of course, Anthony Davis is going off this whole entire series, even without DeMarcus Cousins. Now, just imagine with DeMarcus Cousins being there.
Now that you brought up Drew Holiday, that's one player people forget about. When he's playing and healthy,
He's great.
Drew Holiday is
A great
the same person he was in Philly. He's a great player. He's just always injured.
Right.
So I'm not surprised to see that.
Here's my thing with
And
the biggest
Dame's
key.
getting exposed on
I'm saying
defense.
it isn't even that. My biggest key is those two guards right there are hounding the two guards on Portland.
And
And,
that's all.
I was saying, if you pay attention to the makeup of Portland's team, that is all Portland has. It's
It
Damian
is.
Lillard and CJ McCollum.
And
And
maybe
when you got
Green if he shows.
and if you got Rondo guarding Dame all the way, and
He's
then you
gonna
got
hound him.
you know what I'm saying, and you got Drew hounding the heck out of CJ, where you gonna get your offense
Evan
from?
Turner?
But Drew
Wait.
been the one locking down Dame though.
True.
But you're not gonna get it from Evan Turner.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get it from Harkless.
No.
You're not gonna
Get it
You're
from-
not gonna get it from anybody with Portland. And
Right.
Not gonna get it from
So where are you?
Dame time. I mean, this is a whole new makeup from when he had to face like Houston when they had Dwight Howard, which they keep showing that same commercial of him hitting the buzzer beater over and over. That was a few years ago. Dame, I'm not saying you're not the same player, but you are a good player. But hey, man, you're getting locked up right now.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting locked. You're in solitaire right now. And Rondo and Drew Holiday are the wardens to y'all guys, and they're not letting y'all even come out
Y'all
there.
never
Is it okay if I pose a question real quick?
Go ahead.
Now we always make a big point about how the West is better than the East.
Right.
Now, looking by the playoff standings, it looks like it's a lot of sweeps with the Warriors going up 3-0, and I want to say the Pelicans going up 3-0, but then you got it so close with the East. Do you feel like it's still that way? Because I feel like the East is getting better. Or do you just feel like the playoff teams are finally on the West caliber?
I would say that the East is getting better, and then I want to say out in the West is not so much as a dogfight now because it's kind of solidified who's the top four
Right.
versus how over this season for the East it's been jumbled up. Like a lot of these
East got a
teams
lot of
pretty much.
skilled
Don't say
players
it was
and a lot of
the East
European
had
players.
a lot of makeups. As long as including the West too, but they had a lot of teams that could shift it either or with their standings towards the end of the season, especially out in the West too. Like the 7th and the 5th
Right.
through 8th seed
Because-
was all kind of determined through one game.
Right, but
But the makeup, I think the series, the first round series at least for the West actually has been pretty much no brainers on who will win outside of I guess the Portland and Pelicans
Right.
series. Everybody pretty much had a plan on who won that versus out in the East. To your point, it seems like it's more competition. We're getting more dog fights and more close series in the East.
I feel like the East might come out being more talented. Like they have, if you notice, a lot of these skilled European players are going towards the East. You got Porzingis,
Right.
or you got the international players
Right.
such as Embiid. You
Simmons,
got
Ben Simmons.
Antetokounmpo, Ben Simmons, and they're all tall and can do almost anything you ask. While you got the athletic players in the West, I think it's gonna make
I'm
for a
moving
good
to
finals.
I'm gonna move into that before we conclude it for real. Finals prediction: who you got reaching the finals, and how many games you got the series going?
Well, there's no secret. I have the Rockets going. I do see them beating the Warriors in 7 games. That's gonna be a pretty tough series. Now with the East, I can see maybe the Celtics, but in my opinion, I actually might have Philly if they grow up, get better. I could see them playing the Rockets, and I could see maybe the Rockets winning in 6 games. But I think that'd be a great test to Ben Simmons, Embiid, and maybe Markelle Fultz.
And who you got reaching the finals, and how many games?
I have the Warriors and the Sixers.
How many games you got going?
6. I give them 6.
How many
Who
games
you
do
got
see
winning? The
Warriors
Warriors
beating
or
the Rockets?
Warriors.
How many games do you see the Warriors beating the Rockets?
7. That's gonna go to 7.
I can see that.
That's gonna go to 7.
Well-
It's gonna be close.
Of
Well,
course, you got the Celtics.
of course, yes. I'm not being a homer, but being a realist. And being a realist, y'all can hate all y'all want. Being a realist, I have the Celtics reaching the NBA Finals after a long time, going against the Rockets. I actually have the Rockets. The Warriors series between the Rockets, I really did want to pick the Warriors, but until I see how Steph come back and do anything, that determines. But
Don't
the
go
Rockets,
against the MVP.
yeah, but the Rockets is on a tear, and I'm really rooting for Chris Paul to get his first championship. And CP3 is one of the best point guards in the the league, the world to me. So I'm rooting for him.
You see the Celtics beating in the
Cleveland.
You see Cleveland making to the conference final?
I see them scraping their way through it because here's my thing. Cleveland doesn't necessarily have to go through Philly. The Celtics will have to go through Philly. And if we can get through Philly, we can get past anybody. That was my point. We're getting through Philly. I disagree. Joel Embiid can
Trust the process.
that process is going to break when he gets to the Celtics.
Trust the process.
I'm not trusting. You talking to the
It's gonna
Celtics.
break.
Everybody trusting that process is
Like
going
I
to
said,
break.
Rozier has really just been a shock to me, man.
Now he's gonna block a lot of shots because I mean he's big down there. But when it comes down to it, the face mask is gonna have to get adjusted and everything, and the trust in the process is gonna be broken. And the Celtics is gonna reign supreme, and that's the end of that conversation.
One thing that can't be broken is the process. You should
The
trust
process can never be broken.
The trust in the process is gonna be broken. That's the end of that conversation. But I do have my Celtics losing to the Rockets, and I actually got them losing to the Rockets in 5 games. 5 games. They're not getting swept. They're not getting swept. You said 4-2? See, this is why, for my viewers out there, this is why you never have 2 people that share the same stadium on your podcast.
It should be in our stadium. But that's
Because
One of them should be back in the lakes where they were founded. But you know,
they don't have lakes in LA for neither one of y'all teams. And I
I'm
don't know
talking
where
about-
Clipper is in y'all
You should go
city
back to
either.
San
all the barbers we got, what you mean?
You should go back to San Diego.
Be the Buffalo Braves. But either way,
That would be the exit of that.
yes, it's been a good show, man. I want to thank my co-hosts for even. I want to thank Devin coming through,
problem.
Laker fan, and I want to thank
No
Chad
problem.
coming through, the Clipper fan. 2 guys that has a lot of opinions, but neither one of their teams is on in the playoffs. Until next time,
wow.
this is Opinion Stats and Facts, and I'll get up with you guys later.